Four, three, two, one.
The world's two best heavyweights in the boxing ring. ESPN's Dan Rayfield reporting that Deontay Wilder has accepted Anthony Joshua's terms for the two undefeateds to meet in the UK for the undisputed heavyweight crown. Although the deal has yet to be signed, it's a two-fight deal with the rematch to take place in the US. And these two guys are by far the best heavyweights we have in the world right now, combined 61-0 with 59 knockouts. Wilder a couple years older, of course, right here in the U.S. What a fight that will be when, hopefully, it gets finalized.
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. What broke him down? Was it just a body punching? I was hitting him with body punching. I heard him actually, he was crying in there. You were saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on. ThaBoxingvoice.com. So you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, but I knew he was tough and you're taking those punches.
Quality Beyonce Productions.
Making women gestures like, oh.
Let's go, champ.
Good morning. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. As we told you on our flagship Sunday, we will be trying to bring you as many TBV in the morning as possible. Woke up this morning and we got ourselves some news. All right, so we're going to be talking about that. Obviously, I want to say good morning to the entire TBV world. If you're just jumping in this stream, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button for the early morning show. Show your love and participation by simply pressing the like button. We're here to talk a little bit of boxing. Today's subject is going to be the heavyweight division. We have former heavyweight champion Chris Byrd, who seems to be very impressed with current heavyweight champion WBC bronze bomber Deontay Wilder. Now, Wilder obviously is 40-0 with 39 KOs, and he is the missing piece of the heavyweight unification puzzle. The IBF, the IBO, WBA, and WBO unified king of the division happens to be Anthony Joshua, 21-0, 20 KOs. Obviously, both of these men are very large, are in the position to take over and just need to face one another. We have been having numerous negotiations and headlines in the media. We're not here to talk headlines. We're actually here to talk the fight for once, because obviously these two are currently working out the details for this scheduled fight that, we are hearing should take place in the end of the year or the first quarter of 2019, much how Anthony Joshua wanted it when he said he felt 2019 was when he would face Deontay Wilder. But Chris Byrd, the former heavyweight champion himself, believes that Wilder's weakness is his inability to handle pressure. His inability to handle pressure. Get your coffees out, ladies and gentlemen, as we stop there. If you're just jumping on this stream, be thankful. Thankful you got another day. You're on your way to work. You're on your commute. Wherever it is that you're going, you're getting whatever job you need to do done. Smash that like button on the way in. Show some love. Early morning. It's about to be 10 a.m. on the West Coast. 10 a.m. on the East Coast. 7 a.m. on the West. What do we got? 9 a.m., right, in Central. And it is probably around 2 or 3 UK time. So, show some love and appreciation for your hardworking crew.
Work. You see me heavy work. You see me.
We try to always work. Shout out to the UK telling me it is 3 o'clock UK time. I guess you guys had your lunch. So, take this show as an appetizer for dinner time coming up a couple of hours for you guys. Shout out to our moderator, Igloo, says, AJ don't want that smoke, but you can call Wilder Mr. Chimney. He wants it. He wants that smoke. Okay, I hear you. Let's get into the details of Chris Byrd because he was a bit critical, and I know AJ protectors will love it. Chris Byrd felt that Cuban heavyweight Luis Ortiz was just a few punches away from knocking out Wilder back in March. Wilder was in serious trouble in the 7th round of the bout, and he appeared to be on the verge of getting knocked out, but he survived and came back to knock out Ortiz in the 10th. If Joshua applies good pressure and stays smart, Byrd believes the British superstar can beat Wilder. And I quote, Deontay Wilder is a scary monster, but he's beatable, just like anybody else. In Wilder's last fight, that old man, Luis Ortiz, was getting ready to stop him. Ortiz is at least 45 years of age. If he had thrown 3 or 4 more punches, he would have stopped Wilder. So, if Anthony Joshua puts pressure on him, he might win. He might win. Wilder can't take pressure. If you do it the right way and use solid defense to get close, he can't take it. But if you give that man distance and he finds yourself in his range at the end of his punches, he will knock your head clean off. He has power that is unbelievable. As far as style matchups, Byrd would have preferred to face Anthony Joshua. So I don't know what that tells you, but that translates to me, even though I feel if Joshua, with his size and stature, can put pressure on Wilder, he could beat him. But me, the heavyweight that I was, I would prefer to fight Joshua. It would be a better fight for me. And I quote, for my style, Joshua would have been my choice. The rangy guys like Vitaly and Vladimir are hard to fight. I know Joshua is big and rangy in his own sort of way for small guys like me, but his style is different. He doesn't know how to use his size as well, Byrd says. He's 6'6" and great athlete. He reminds me of Jameel McLean in a way. In a way. I don't know if that was a fucking compliment or a diss. Jameel McLean. I don't know. I guess you guys will have to tell us. But that is what we're here to discuss and debate. Former heavyweight champion Chris Byrd, while impressed with Wilder and his power, feels that the pressure Ortiz applied on Wilder will be something that is almost self-destructive if Anthony Joshua could apply the same sort of pressure, but being smart with the defense. Hope you guys got your coffee on your commute. I know my West Coast guys are on their way to work as we speak. I don't know if you're allowed, but get right before work. Let's head on out to the chat, see what's popping over there. What do we got? Byrd has the right to his opinion, Reese Mack. Of course he does. That's why we are debating it. It's a good headline. He was a former heavyweight. He had a decent career. He has the right. He's earned his right. He doesn't have the right. He's earned his right as a former champion to, talk about other champions. But let's go out to the phone lines and get the responses from our public, right? We're going to go out to our sponsors, and then we'll go to the callers. You know the number, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time to voice your opinion here on the Voice of the People hotline.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
443-942, 443-942. You're up. First time caller. Who's this?
Yes, sir. The People's finest, Troy.
Troy Ave, what up, baby?
Hello. Yes, man. Well, I agree with Byrd. What he says makes a lot of sense. I don't see any slight there or anything that you sense that the Deontay Wilder fans will take as a insult or anything. He's speaking like basically a fighter. He's speaking very intelligently, very clearly, and I respect what the man says. I don't see anything wrong with it at all. And I agree.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm saying, look, you look back at that 7th round, and you're going to assume anyone with the youth, with the confidence of a Anthony Joshua has to do better than Luis Ortiz. Anthony Joshua's opponents, his opposition has been better than Ortiz's, so he's been on that level. So it's at least believable that he will be able to put the pressure needed to confuse Wilder.
I agree with you. And also, I can say this. When you're talking about pressure, Ortiz was simply just, making his way forward. He really wasn't stepping on the gas and pressuring him, because he is 40-plus years old. That's not a lie. That's the truth. So I didn't see a lot of pressure. What I saw was a boxer who was carrying out his fight plan. I didn't see a guy who was pressing, trying to take out Wilder. I saw an older fighter who was just carrying out his fight plan. Now, if you flash back to Joshua is younger. He is stronger. If he could do exactly what Byrd says and step on the gas and pressure him and step away from that right hand, he could take out Wilder.
Now,
because
Troy,
Wilder.
Do you think that? I guess the question is, what similarities do you find in Joshua and Luis Ortiz? Because I think they have totally different fighting styles.
None. I don't see any similarities whatsoever. None.
Exactly. So don't you think that I don't know, Joshua is more of a plotting fighter? He gets the phrase, robotic and mechanical are the terms used with him. Is a person that is robotic, is a person that is quote unquote flat-footed, mechanical.
Mm-hmm.
Will he have the athleticism to apply the appropriate pressure on Deontay Wilder? Because Wilder is athletic. He does use his feet to get out of danger. Will Anthony Joshua ultimately be on top of him the way Gennadi's on top of his prey?
Let me answer you by saying yes. Yes, and yes, because everything you said is correct. He does have a tendency sometimes to be plotting and so forth. But at the same time, he is one of those fighters that grows as the fight goes on. You see him, it's like something goes off in him and he figures things out, and you watch him and he does grow as the fight goes on. He's trained over there. He's trained in the UK. Most of their style is really just come straight ahead, flat foot and jab and right hand type of boxing. But him, he has a it. I'm talking about Joshua. He has this it where you could hurt him in the fight, you could drop him in the fight. When he gets up, it might take him a round or two to clear his head, but he's gonna finish. He's gonna come back at you a whole lot harder than after you dropped him. And Wilder, can't
the same be said about Wilder? He was out in that 7th round, came back and destroyed Luis Ortiz.
No, absolutely not. No. And I'm gonna tell you why. Wilder was just hurt. He had his head buzzed. He wasn't completely put out of that fight. He was just he was buzzed. Joshua was not buzzed in that fight.
Wait a minute.
He didn't know where he was for 2 rounds.
Wait a minute.
He didn't know where he was for 2 to 3 rounds.
Troy, I did the immediate reaction for that fight. For the Wilder-Ortiz fight, You can go listen to that podcast and hear me saying that I thought it was unfair that fight probably wasn't stopped in the 7th round. So for you to say,
no.
What? You know how many people thought that fight could have been stopped in the 7th? Wilder wasn't answering punches, brother. He was getting knocked around.
Nah, man. Wilder was buzzed. He was buzzed, and he.
Oh man, you got to watch that round. But listen, Troy, you got to watch that round. I got to get to some other callers, but I want to thank you, obviously, for rocking out with me early in the morning. Shout out to you, TBV in the morning. We here, stand up. Hashtag TBV podcast, wherever hashtags are used. Don't forget the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. International Skype callers, just add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. Remember, you could download that Skype app absolutely free on both Android and iPhone. All right? So let's go, man. Get your coffee. We here. It's TBV in the mañana. We're going out to the phone lines. Let's talk some boxing. I want your opinions. What do you think? I mean, Troy sees it a different way. He feels like, yeah, absolutely. Joshua's pressure will definitely cause Wilder to have all types of issues, and ultimately he'll get the win in Troy's opinion. Suleiman the Scholar, New York City, stand up. Good morning, my friend. How are you?
Yeah, good morning, sir. Yeah, so I just want to continue the conversation that he was having about this fight. Joshua does tend to crowd you, okay, and this guy does have slim legs. You know what I mean? We still don't know if he could be a little chinny. You know what I mean? Because he just got tagged in that fight. He got tagged in that fight by Luis Ortiz, and Luis just didn't follow up. I mean, he burnt himself out, hitting him to the body. And like you said before, a lot of people thought he was seriously hurt. But like with Eric Molina gave him some good rounds, and it was easy for him to it took some rounds for him to beat him. But with Anthony Joshua, he crowded Eric Molina. Eric Molina looked like roadkill. He couldn't even respond, and he destroyed him immediately. So that kind of how you call it, pressure, it's kind of scary. He's big, he's muscular, he could take a beating, and he has the crowd behind him too. The crowd's cheering for him. They're gonna be booing the crap out of Deontay if he goes up there. That's gonna be monumental. It's gonna give him an advantage for the first couple of rounds. Now, if Joshua gets hurt, that's when he's in trouble, because Deontay Wilder is an awesome finisher. And when but let me ask you something here, Suleiman. I mean, do you think that Anthony Joshua put on the appropriate pressure versus Joseph Parker, who he allowed to circle the ring over and over and get out of every single corner? The man can't cut the ring off. He can't cut the ring off on fucking Joseph Parker. How's he going to cut the ring off on a guy who's rangier and hits harder and is longer and is going to be having a jab in front of him? I just don't get it. Are you guys ignoring that? We have to see. Okay, we have to see this, right? What happened was he fought Carlos Takam, right? Carlos Takam was a replacement for another fighter that he was supposed to fight, that he trained for. So he fought Carlos Takam. Carlos Takam gave him like this rough power forward style and hurt him with a headbutt or something on his nose. So his strategy completely changed for the next fight when he fought Joseph Parker, which is a unification bout, and it's only a beginning stage because he still got to get Deontay Wilder's belt, and he got to fight Tyson Fury for the lineal title. So when he fought him, he's trying to preserve himself. He knows these guys are gonna play him dirty. They're gonna do him raw dirty like that. So he don't know what kind of morale he could, and plus the guy has a boxing ability. So that's why that fight he took that approach. He want to conserve himself. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows that's not the end of the day. He got another couple of fights coming up. So
I hear you, brother.
Joseph Parker, he was more defensive. Okay, I've answered your question. So that's what I'm trying to say. That the guy's not a dummy. He knows what he's doing. In that sense, and plus he got guys in his hometown, British fighters that are just as dangerous, like that Joyce guy. That Joyce guy is ferocious, bro. They call him the Juggernaut. So you know.
Suleiman, have a good morning. Thank you for calling in. We're going out to the 706-341, 706-341. Oh, what's going on, Daddy? Hang up, call back in. You want some of this sauce. 908-414, 908-414. Talk to me.
Hello?
Yes, sir. 908-414. First time caller?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name's Stunner. I'm calling from New Jersey. I'm in the middle of work, so I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. All right, so y'all keep trying to hype up, not y'all in particular, talk about some of these callers. Y'all keep talking all this Joshua talk. Let me tell y'all something about Joshua. Anthony Joshua is Gerald Washington 2.0. Now, if you look back to the Washington fight, Washington was fighting on the back foot. He was jabbing. He wasn't really trying to run down Wilder. He's smart enough to know you're not just going to walk up to Wilder being the same height as him, and you're not faster than him. You don't weigh less than him. How you going to get to him? So you got Joshua, you're an inch shorter. You got shorter arms. You weigh 30 more pounds. You're going to try to run down on Deontay, being aggressive? You're going to get knocked out in 3 rounds. Come on, man. Like he's fooling the people.
And what you say your name was again, brother? I'm not going to be able to store it. I have no producer, but I do want to at least address you.
Yeah, my fault. My name's Stunner. I'm calling out of New Jersey.
Stunner. Well, thank you, brother. New Jersey's my home state. Stand up. Thanks for being a part of the show. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is a spontaneous show, but we're going to make this a regular thing. All last week, we did morning shows. Subscribe right here to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell and get that email. Be part of the gang every time we go live. Shout out to Sucio in the super chat with the early morning super chat. Thank you, my friend. I will get a coffee after my morning run, courtesy of you. Team Sucio, what up? Let's go to 706-341 on a callback. 706-341-341. What's going on, brother? Talk to me.
Yeah, so I was calling, man. I feel like that boy Byrd, I knew he was on that white girl, but I didn't know he was really on that white girl. Because he got to be the biggest ducker.
Hold on, my friend. Hold on. Listen, you know, this is internet radio, so you can say whatever you want. I'm not stopping you to correct you or be upset at you. But I do want to say we got casual listeners that may not know what the term white girl is. Obviously, I do. I'm from Newark, New Jersey. Obviously, I do. But you gotta let them know.
Oh, yeah.
You say Chris Byrd is on that white girl. They probably think he married a white girl. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, he definitely still married to a white girl, too. But I'm saying he on that cocaine, too. He snorted some good shit if he think that Anthony Joshua that doesn't move his head is just going to walk right in on Deontay Wilder. That's just not happening. I'm getting tired of all these people like, oh, if you put pressure on him and you do this. Let's be clear about this. Deontay Wilder will knock AJ's head off if he walks straight. And he doesn't move his head. He walks straight to him. He's going to get knocked out. Plain and simple. He's gonna get knocked out. That's what Deontay Wilder wants you to do. That's why he always he waits for people to come in on him, and then he catches them. It's gonna happen. All these protectors out here. I'm hearing all this. Oh, Teckham did this, and Parker. Man, he didn't want that smoke with Joseph Parker at all. He didn't want none of that. He's pretty much holding the whole fight and them bullshit referees. I'm sick of this crap, man. I hear this crap all the time. Everybody talking about Deontay Wilder can't take no punch. And if you notice in that 7th round when he got caught, he shook his head and he said, "All right, good shot." He wasn't out of it. He knew exactly where he was at. He wasn't out of it. Anthony Joshua hit the deck. Let's be clear about that.
Well, all right, my friend. Thanks for calling in.
Bomb Squad!
Appreciate you rocking out with me in the morning. Shout out to the morning shows. Remember, you could drop us a 5-star review on iTunes. It helps with the visibility of the show. It keeps us #1 in the world. So you're listening to and calling into the biggest boxing show in the world. There's no lie about that. Google it. Check the iTunes review. Become part of history and drop your own 5-star review and have our UK co-host, Rob, read it out loud here on the show. We got 2 more callers, but I got to go. Like Rob Lane, I got to go. So we're going to switch it to drive-by.
Drive-by!
And give you guys a little bit of time. 30 seconds for the 786, right? 786-942. 786-942. Going once. Going twice.
Yo, it's Hurricane Ray. What's going on, my brother?
Hurricane, 30 seconds. We got to go. Let's go.
Hey, what's up with that? Yo, I just tuned in. I just have to call, man. Y'all want to hear all that BS, man? Deontay Wilder got in there with the likes of Luis Ortiz, almost took him out, proved that he had a chin. What's all this false narrative Eddie Hearn and AJ trying to put out there, man? Get out of here, man. TVV, we got this, bro. Wilder Bomb Squad.
Hurricane Ray, thanks for calling in. Going out to Philadelphia, 30 seconds, go.
Yeah, I think I think Joshua's a better boxer, and I think he can work the jab, work behind the jab, and not get caught. I think he can handle Wilder and possibly knock him out. Might go the distance, who knows? But I just think because he's a better boxer, he might be able to beat Wilder.
Well, all right, my friend. Thank you for calling in. Looks like 508. Is that Boston? Not sure. 508-373. 508-373. Where you calling in from?
Nigga, you know it's me.
All right.
What's wrong with you?
I thought you were 518, but whatever. Talk to me. 30 seconds.
Listen, brother. AJ King. AJ can say whatever he want to say. You niggas hating. The man say side. Wilder should have took the fucking 12.5 instead of talking shit. He didn't took it. Now he's on the side.
Yo, fam, we're not talking about none of that. Like, why you never could talk about the fight? Do you not know how to pick fights? Like, Chris Byrd is talking about the fight. He talking about the fight. He's talking about, like, putting pressure on Wilder. He's bringing up the fact that Wilder looked ugly in the 7th round. You still talking about what AJ said. There's no AJ quotes. There's no AJ quotes here. No AJ quotes.
The nigga can say whatever he want to say. Let him talk.
But there's no AJ quotes, brother. You talking about AJ can say whatever he wants.
And
but AJ's
talking
not
about
talking.
Wilder, so I cannot fucking put my AJ shit out there.
Man,
well, I can't talk about AJ when you're talking about Wilder.
You got some issues right now.
Fire shit.
Did you drink coffee this
the
morning?
Wackest fucking shit out there, that fucking bomb squad shit.
Did you drink coffee this morning?
I'm out.
Bomb squad! Georgie, have a good day. Shout out to Young Merv with the super chat. AJ, move your head or go night-night. Bomb squad! And he ended it with a bomb squad. Listen, I am your host, Nesta Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. Final thoughts. Like many of you have already said, Chris Byrd is a former champion. He's entitled to his opinion. I believe differently. I believe with all the controversy, what Wilder did show is that he could take a punch and he could take about 6 or 7 more after that first punch. So I see it as some serious trouble for one Anthony Joshua. Can't wait for this fight to happen. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button as you're coming in the future, present, past. It doesn't matter when you're watching this video. Helps with the visibility of the show. Drop your comments below. We'll be back, so make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get the email anytime we do go live. Peace.